Hello, and welcome to our little overview of how we price our clients. We've got a client who's a sole trader, he's not but registered, he's got no employees, got one bank account, about 30 items on each bank statement per month, and he receives about 15 purchase invoices a month or receipts. And he uses Zero to send his invoices out. Um, so what we usually do, we use this app which is called Go Proposal, and we go with each client based on the information once we receive it through the pricing process and ask what services are required, what are not, and what we can do. So we put the name of the client and the type of business because that makes a slight difference to the legal obligation of the client. And then we set up the when we start working for the client and the financial year end. And so as we mentioned, the client stated that he receives between 15, 18 invoices from his suppliers or receipts for the purchases. So we select from the drop-down list accordingly. And because we train the client correctly to upload those documents to DEX, which is a filing application to which the information can be uploaded either through mobile phone app, through drag and drop within your computer, forwarding an email from your inbox to a designated DEX email address. And also, you can provide your designated email address to your suppliers where they can email any receipts and invoices straight to your account for us to process. But also, Dex offers a facility called Fetch, and that means that if you do have an account with, for example, BT, TalkTalk, Toolstation, Screwfix, etc., you want to provide those login details to your account, and Dex is got the ability to download any new receipts. So that saves you a lot of time, a lot of stress to find any document if there's any return of any goods or hardware due to overpurchasing or some fault. Because you will have access to these receipts on your phone, tablet, or computer without needing us to give you a copy of it. Obviously, this client has got a separate bank account for his business, despite being sole trader. It doesn't have to be a business account, but it has to be separate. And that obviously reflects within the price of processing. So if you keep the um, bank account merged together with your private, we have to process it, and there's more items to process. So we urge our clients to have a separate bank account for sole traders, even if it's in just their name. It doesn't have to be business. A client's happy to provide us with access to the bank for bank feeds, meaning that they set up the bank account login and then the bank will push the information to Zero. It's only one way. We would not have access to the bank account, just to the information. As you mentioned, there's about 30 bank lines on average, which appear on each bank account statement, and he's got just one bank account, which we will reconcile monthly. The bank reconciliation reporting involves us to comparing the information on Zero bank feeds and information we were provided by the client from the bank statement. That's first. Secondly, if we miss any receipt, we will send a report to clients asking for the missing receipt or explaining what the items were for, so they're processed, allocated correctly to either profit loss account or balance sheet for the client to get a better analysis of the spendings. And obviously, you can provide Zero support. We can also help with payroll, but this client does not have any employees. But what he will probably require is a self-assessment tax return. And he says, well, actually, I do only have this self-employment. I do not have any income from pension. I do not pay any money to pension. I do not have any shares in any company. that it is, and because his turnover is not high, it's very unlikely for profit to hit 50,000 pounds a year. So he's not even a high earner. Um, so we will request a calculation from the software, and that's what it comes up with. So for transparency purposes, we will see how many items or how much we charge for the items to be uploaded, because client is happy for us to use the bank feed facility on zero. We're not going to charge anything for it. Obviously, the matter would be different if we were given PDF documents or back prints or Excel sheets, or we even would have to go to the bank and download it ourselves. Um, and then this is the amount of items for us to reconcile, and this is for the bank reconciliation report and communication with the client if there are any receipts missing. So that would be our monthly fee. We are a VAT registered business, so there'll be VAT on the top of our fee. At the end of the financial year, which is 5th of April, we can start filing self-assessment tax return. So for clients who will provide us information by the end of June, this is the price we charge. The price increases every month after, which can be seen on this same website. And this is charged once all the work is completed. So meaning we will prepare the paperless account, we will communicate with the client where they're up to, if there are any items missing. We suggest that the expenses which were necessary included within the bank account, but they are still taxable expenses. And once the client is satisfied with the tax calculation and tax liability, we prepare the self-assessment tax forms, forward to the client the forms for signature, and also our invoice for the services. Once this is all signed, we've got an online facility for signing. It can be signed even on your mobile phone. And the invoice is settled, we will hit the submit button. Further on, we will take the information from the client, so we can forward this proposal directly to their email address, email account, and there's some further information of what is required. The proposal looks as follows. Obviously, it will repeat everything you've seen on this screen in a bit easier format, but everything you've seen here above will be shown on that proposal altogether, and then also itemized. There's instruction how to accept it, what softwares are we using, how we communicate with HM Revenue and Customs. And again, each type of service, there's described what has been agreed, what is your requirement, what are our responsibility for us to deliver a good job. So again, it repeats everything you need and something about us. Further on, you receive our letter of engagement, and that speaks a lot about our insurance, GDPR, anti-money laundering, and about our practice. And obviously, we recommend everything to read thoroughly before you accept it. Once we've finished, just before we finish our meeting, we can obviously tweak the price as much or as little, depending on your requirements. We hit the send button, and then straight away you receive this letter of engagement and proposal into your inbox. And then you follow the instruction, accept it. We will ask for bank details, direct debit setup, but do not worry, we are not going to take any money until we send our first invoices based on the work agreed. So I hope that explains it. And if you do have any queries about our pricing for sole traders who are not VAT registered, we obviously can do work yearly. It doesn't have to be monthly. So the price is reflected in a one-off, which you can see in other videos. Thank you for your attention. Bye.